Hey guys, Chris Bianco, Wycott Realtor, Civic Center. We're talking about the 5 biggies, right? We've already discussed why an agent will stay at a brokerage and why an agent will go and leave a brokerage, right? 5 top reasons why that happens, right? Loyalty, and then why they leave, okay? So number 1, agent-broker relationship. We discussed that in a previous video. Second one is technology. We discussed that in a previous video. The third one is training. We discussed that in a previous video. The fourth one is support. We also had that video. You can see all these videos. If you haven't seen them, you can go to YouTube, search Chris Bianco Real Estate Guy. You'll see them all there. And then the last one we're going to talk today about is office culture. Okay, office culture. When I think of office culture, there's a couple things I think of. One is I think of the champagne fountain at a wedding, right? You got the thing that comes up and all the glasses, right? And the thing trickles down, trickles down, trickles down, trickles down. It's like a pyramid, right? And that champagne fills in all the glasses. Office culture starts at the top. It starts with the broker, right? It's how he sets the tone. Okay, so there's a couple different things that I want you guys to think about, okay? When you're looking at a brokerage or you're thinking about making a change and office culture is an issue for you, there's really 2 things that I think about in office culture. One is the negativity. So you got the agent over there that sits next to you and she's like, hey man, or he's like, hey man, you know, the fees are cheap, I hate everybody here, but it doesn't cost me nothing, you know? And he or she whines every time she prints a contract and it costs her $2 because the paper, you got to put your employee number in there or whatever, and she complains about that, and she complains about the fees, and she complains about this, but she doesn't, or he doesn't want to leave, right? Doesn't leave. So that negativity. So it's the overall attitude of the brokerage. And part of the problem is the manager or the broker won't cut that agent loose. So then that agent is just sitting around complaining, belly aching about this dude doesn't do this, or I don't really care for the manager, or they don't have good training, or they don't have great technology, blah, 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 blah. My relationship with my broker sucks. So that's a poison. That's a cancer. So that dude sits at the lunch table in the break room and talks to that agent, and then that agent starts to get, annoyed with the whole situation. Yeah, you're right, buddy. Yeah. So then that dude talks to this guy over here in the copy room, and then, and it becomes a cancer. So the overall attitude of the brokerage. For me, I don't put up with that. If you don't want to be here and you don't want to make the choice to leave, I'll make it for you. We'll get you moving on down the road. We want a positive attitude. We want everybody working in the same forward direction. So it's all about attitude, number 1. That's number 1. And it starts at the top and it trickles down like that champagne fountain, right? The other thing too that you want to look for is what kind of a brokerage do you want? Right? What's the overall feeling in that brokerage? And then there's a warm feeling and kind of a stale feeling. So I had this broker one time, or this agent one time, he says, God, Chris, you got to see my new office. Yeah. So I walk in there, and I'm not going to tell you what brokerage it is, but it's in North Scottsdale. And to give you an idea, the brokerage starts with a Russ and ends with a lion, right? And I walk in, it's a beautiful office, right? This agent, real proud of his new office, right? So we walk in there and go, this is a great office, whatever. So she shows me his cubicle. It's a little cubicle about this wide. It's got all the, the band of, all different kinds of plugs. He plugs it. It's really simple. I plug my laptop in here, and I said, that's great. Looking good. It's a beautiful office. He says, the guy sitting next to me is a hockey player. He gets all the hockey guys, he's an ex-NHL guy, and he gets all the hockey guys. Big hitter in this office. I said, hey, that's great. I go, do you know him? He goes, no, I never talked to him. Oh, who sits over here? He goes, I don't know, some lady. Oh, who sits behind you? Yeah, I don't know. So, you get that kind of like cubicle type thing, and that's pretty typical in a big box brokerage, that type of thing. Then there's smaller brokerages where you walk in and, guy says to you, hey, Joe, how'd your boy do in that baseball game over the weekend? Or, hey, Betty, how's your kid doing, or whatever. Hey, did you get that deal in escrow last week? So there's the kind of the stale, kind of sterile, quiet, keep to yourself type thing. And there's some people that love that. I just want to go in the office, I want to do my thing and get out, and I don't want to be bothered. And then there's the kind of office where people are thriving. And hey, you know what? I'm listening to this guy on the phone. I'm picking up some techniques. I'm listening to some of the successful people in that office and how they interact with other people on the phone. I'm building my skill set. I'm honing some more skills. And I love the energy. I'm a big office guy, and I like that kind of an atmosphere. That's the kind of atmosphere I promote in my office. That's the office culture, if it trickles down, that I put out, that I like. So anyway, that's what you want to look for, What's the overall attitude of the office culture, And what's the overall feel of the office culture? Is it a little more quiet, a little more private? You're kind of on an island in there? Or is it real homey, real family oriented? You know, people know everybody in there. They know their wives' names and things like that. That's the difference between office culture and the two ways of office culture that I look at it. The overall attitude and the overall kind of disposition of it. Is it quiet and kind of solitary, or is it homey and warm? Anyway, when you're thinking about office culture, think of it that way. Look at it. Two great days to go in an office to feel the office culture is a Friday when all the agents are in there looking for properties to show that weekend, and on Mondays when they haven't gotten any success and they're looking for properties for the following week. Hey, have a great day. Weichert Realtor Civic Center. I'm Chris Bianco. We're always hiring. 602-291-2090. Give me a call. I'm one of those guys that answers the phone. Have a great day, guys. I'm out. Bye.